Hello, it's Michelle from Michelle's Whimsy and Bling. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator in the United States, and I thought that I would show you what I did for a class recently at the library. We did some simple cards because I did not know whether or not anybody had already done stamping stuff, and we're not going to do those, but we're going to do a variation on them. So now that I'm like all set up. All right, so here are the cards that we did for the library. We used the Cheers to the Season stamp set, which is really cool. It has autumn, Christmas, and a New Year's. And let me see if I can just, oh, I don't want to do that. All right, so that's what we used. And this is what we did. We just did it in regular ink. We had some embossing strip right there. And this was done in Cajun Craze. And then here is the Christmas one, done in some real red with some, I think, shaded spruce for the cardstock and some designer series paper. And then on this one for New Year's, I don't think I've ever made a New Year's card. I don't know if you have, but I don't think I ever have. Cool Cheers glass. And we use the Deco rectangle dies, and we use some other designer series paper that was actually part of an autumn leaf kit that like continuously sold out. You can't even get it anymore. But this is what we used. And there was something I was going to say here. This was the Deco circles. There was something else I was going to say now. Oh, you'll notice on this particular image that it looks kind of, it doesn't look smooth and clear. It's actually designed that way. You can see it here in the leaf, and you can also see it here over in the Christmas one. It's just to give it more texture and dimension, but this is what we're going to work on tonight. It is called heat embossing, and I have to tell you, no matter how many times I do it, I always do the, wow, that's so gorgeous. We are going to do the leaf because I think it's pretty. It's done with the copper metallic heat embossing powder, and then on the Christmas, we're using the silver heat embossing and powder, and then we're using the gold. What we're going to do is stamp these in Versamark. Then we're going to apply our powder, and we're going to do the heat emboss all at the same time. It will cause a little bit of noise, but the end result is just like, wow. To me, it will be. I'm sure it will be to you too. I love heat embossing. So I really do have everything set up. Get them in their order. And Versamark, I just had it. Here it is. Versamark is, it's a watermark stamp like it says, and you can use it to do heat embossing, and because it doesn't dry as quickly. You can also use the Versamark when you want to, I'm sorry, I have to get like all my little things set up, otherwise I'll get all confused. You can also use Versamark to do, like if you use it to stamp on a piece of colored cardstock, it will be as if you've used that color ink, even though you haven't. So that's a good way to stretch things. All right, so these are pretty big stamps, so I'm just going to go ahead and trying to make sure that I'm actually in frame. I'm going to do it like that. And you'll notice my ink pad is kind of red. I think I had used a stamp that had some red ink on it. Now, the thing that you want to do is you want to get that embossing powder on there quick. You want to make sure you got good coverage. Now, the thing that I don't have, and I'll show you when we get done getting all this powder on here, is I do not have what is called an embossing buddy. Uh-oh. Did I not get it on there? No. Well, you know what? we're going to go ahead and we're going to restamp this because I can tell that for whatever reason I did not get it really good there. So no worries. I have another one right here and we can stamp it. And this time really make sure that we have it all covered. All right. All right, that looks better. Because you want all of the embossing powder to stay on the image. Yes, there is a tool in our annual catalog that would work better for this, but right now I'm just using a coffee filter. And I'm using a makeup brush to try to get the excess off. Now, if I had had my embossing buddy, which I don't have, and I will be ordering, I would have used the embossing buddy on here first, and that would have prevented the powder from sticking to random places where the oils from my hand had gotten. All right, so we are quickly going to clean up our mess. Otherwise, we will have embossing powder all over the place. We do not want that. Next up is going to be our Christmas one. And this is a big stamp. So again, doing it like that. We're going to silver. Dog. My little dog who is fascinated with the squeaky toy. And he wants so desperately to have me play with him right now. So, get the silver on here. It can be a little bit messy. See how that embossing buddy would have worked so much better. It would have kept that stray, that stray powder from going all over. That one may not look absolutely perfect because now I seem to be getting my brush and taking it off. I don't want that. All right, now that I have made a mess with my silver, it was so much fun doing the library class. Those girls that came, they had a great time. And I think some of them maybe had made cards before. I know some of them had done some scrapbooking. So they were familiar with using paper and all of that. Some of them went seriously rogue in what they did, and it was so much fun. I enjoyed it so much. Yes, I am pushing down on this just to make sure that all of my Versamark gets transferred to the paper. So we don't want to have what happened last time with the leaf. And when we go to heat up or go to use our heating tool, we're just going to need to let it run for just a few seconds. So that it'll warm itself up. Now, I'm going to take this off. Do the best that I can getting this off. Oh my. In the catalog, there is that tool. And it has a brush included. I probably should have just left that on there. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do that, because it's going to bug me. Because even though I got most of that powder off, it is still going to show up. So we're just going to pretend that that is supposed to be that way. Okay. Now, the thing you need to watch out for when you do heat emboss is that you don't burn your paper. I've done that before. It's not good. I always try to cover up my Versamark so that it doesn't get on there. And there was one other thing. Oh, I wanted to get my stamps cleaned first. I don't know where I would be without my chamois, because it is a wonderful tool to have to clean. And I can just do like that. All right. So now let's go ahead and get our pieces back in here. And I'm actually going to use tweezers in the kit. Where did the other one go to? It's right there in front of me. I can't even find it. The kit has tweezers, long tweezers in it. All right, so this is going to be a little bit loud. Sorry. Just letting it heat up a little bit. And you want to make sure that you don't hold it in one place. And you'll be able to see once it starts to melt. Oh, there it goes. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. It is so awesome. Again, it does not matter how many times I see this happen. I always am like, wow, that's so cool. All right, so there is that one. Let's do our Christmas one. And it will cause a little bit of warp to your paper. Just make sure that you use a good adhesive when you go to adhere it down. I'll be using our liquid glue. Oh, so stunning. Just so stunning. Okay, almost done. Let's do our New Year's one. And then we can actually get to making our cards. So the colors that I'm using here for the embossing are sold in the metallics embossing pack, and all three of them come in one pack. And then we have the other one, which is black, white, and clear, that come in the other pack. So all of your needs can be met with just one or the other or both. And just let you, because they're right here. This is the size of them. I don't remember how much they are. Maybe an ounce or something like that, or half an ounce. Now, I still have an old one that is like really huge. It's a clear one, and I still use it. Still use it all the time when I'm doing embossing. All right, so now that we have gotten our stuff embossed, let me show you really quick out of the catalog which item I'm talking about. This is out of the annual catalog from May 23 to April 2024. And it is item number 6. And this is the embossing buddy. It's just a little piece of cloth with some powder in it. And this particular embossing kit comes with the embossing buddy, reverse tweezers, which are really nice, and a small brush. There's your brush, there's your tweezers, and a workspace caddy kind of thing, so that you can dump your embossing powder in there, and then you can take off the stopper and Oh, words are hard today, aren't they? Go ahead and put your powder back into your container. All right, so let's go ahead and just do up our autumn one. And you know, honestly, the colors might be autumn, but there's no reason you can't send this any old time of the year. I feel like I have got embossing powder on my workspace, kind of gritty. All right, so we are going to use our liquid glue, because I find that liquid glue is easy to use when you have to line up something. And if you're using a dry emboss piece, which is what this piece of crumb cake is easy to get it lined up. And then we're just going to put it here on our Cajun Craze card base. And see how I was able to maneuver that in. Wasn't just right. And while we're here, let's just go ahead and put in our inside. So how many of you have done heat embossing, and do you like it? Now, again, if I had had the embossing buddy, I could run it all over and I would not have these stray pieces here. But it's one of those things that I will get probably in the next couple of months, because I really do like to do embossing. Now, remember how I said that the paper would warp? So what I do is I get it on there most of the way, then I flip it over and I just go over my piece like this, just to make sure. And then we're going to go ahead and put this piece up on dimensionals, because you know we have to have some dimensionals. And then we have some bling, of course, to add to it also, because we got to have some bling too. We got to get all the stuff. Now, on my first one, this is what it looks like. Ink versus heat embossing. And honestly, I think the ink one is just fine too, but I thought I wanted to step it up a little bit, and I had just gotten in those embossing powders, and I was like, yes, let's go ahead and try it. Especially when I realized that I could use each one of them on my card. So there you go. Oh, wait a minute. Let us do our embellishments. And these are the adhesive back sparkle gems. I forgot to look, so I do not know if they are still currently in stock. And let's see, we do another one down there. But they are so pretty, and I thought they fit these cards wonderfully. All right, next up is going to be our Christmas one. And I'm still using some of the leftover packets from our library class, so I was like, oh, where did it go? All right, paper had been scored. So have you guys ever attended an in-person class where you get to make cards that somebody else designs? Would that be of interest to any of you? Or it could even be done online and the packet mailed to you. All right, let's go ahead and do the inside. So now that Thanksgiving is over and our attention kind of turned to Christmas, have y'all made out your Christmas list? How long is your Christmas list? Did you hit up any of those Black Friday sales? Again, I'm just pressing it down, and I'm going to flip it over. Oops. I'm going to take the top side of this Versamark and just rub it around so that it will adhere good. And then we can put our dimensionals on. I ended up having to go to Walmart yesterday. What was yesterday? Yesterday was Black Friday. And I honestly did not do Black Friday shopping. I just did shopping, or I actually went to pick up one particular thing, and I was like, okay, I'm good. I do not need to be doing any Black Friday shopping. I remember that there used to be a day where I would do Black Friday shopping. Now, just to let you know, while I did silver on this one because I wanted to do gold for our New Year's one, you could certainly do silver for this one. Or excuse me, you could do gold for this one and it'll look beautiful. So, now, just to let you know, here I used white pearls because I thought it looked really good. And on this one, I used silver out of the festive, red and green festive back, or just the festive pearls. They're the festive pearls. But here, I think I want to use the red. I think that would be kind of pretty. See? Just a little bit more sparkle to it. And next up is the New Year's Day card. See, these go together pretty quick. Pretty quick. Let's go ahead and put our inside piece. Do you guys send New Year's cards? Or do you send them out because you didn't get Christmas cards out? I have kind of sent belated Christmas cards. And that ended up going out in January. So, you know, sometimes it gets kind of late and December gets kind of busy. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if I have enough Christmas cards yet. I've made some up. I've used kits and stuff like that. And I'm not sure. I have to do a Santa thing. I have to go back and double check my list twice to see if I have everybody on my list that needs to get a Christmas card. Ooh, this one does not want to stay down. And I don't know about you, but my carpal tunnel is really bugging me in that hand right now, so it's kind of hard to push it down. All right, so let's go ahead and get some dimensionals on here. All right. I love our take a pic grippy end, like a little kind of hooky thing at the end. Perfect for taking off the backs of dimensionals. Now in our festive pearl bling, there is gold. So we are going to use gold on here. Let's see. I know that kind of looks a little weird to me, but again, doing the best that I could. So here we have it. Our simple cards. And then our stepped up version of them. And there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Excuse the extraneous mess. Thank you so much for watching. If I can help you make your Christmas cards, you know, help you figure out what you need to make your Christmas cards, let me know. I'll have a link down in the bottom. And until next time, remember, be whimsy and add bling. Bye, y'all.